Hi, everyone. Good morning. I am jumping on here live today because I want to talk about vitamin C. So, on my way to the gym this morning, I was listening to the radio and an ad came on about a vitamin C formula. So, of course, naturally, I'm like, I'm going to look into this vitamin C. There was a doctor on there talking about vitamin C, and I was like, this is all marketing. I know it. This is all marketing. I'm going to go look into this more, right? So, in now, I've written down notes because I want to make sure I'm very clear about what I'm saying. So, bear with me. If you are curious to learn the truth behind the marketing, stick with me here. I'm going to go through vitamin C, the truth behind vitamin C, because this has been something I've been researching and actively working on in my own health for a long time and see the difference. I've seen firsthand the difference, but also with clients and people around me and whatnot. So here's the thing. First of all, I'm going to dispel the myth of having more vitamin C in a product is better because it's not. It's all about the source. So let me go through what I listened to in this painful, long advertisement on the radio. So it was a doctor talking about how his formula of vitamin C has over 20 forms of vitamin C. It said it has 22 forms of vitamin C. I'm like, there's actually not 22 forms of vitamin C. What is he talking about? Is he talking about like sourcing from different fruits, maybe? I thought. And then I decided, okay, let me jump in and actually see what he's talking about. So, um, anyways, I was like, wow, this sounds like an impressive product, just the way he's marketing it, right? But I knew that I could read between the lines. So I wanted to help you in case you hear the same ad or see similar marketing on vitamin C products. That's why I decided to come on and do this. So I'm going to basically read out the formulation and help you to understand the formulation. So I'm going to refer to my notes because I've got all of the two formulas that I'm going to compare so that you can be clear on a biological result and just marketing scam. So let's just get down to the big picture first. So um, this is just this is just to help you learn how to read supplements better, to learn how to understand why when I promote things and whatnot. I'm gonna plug my computer in here. It's going to be a low battery. Okay. Okay. So some products are going to be using a quantity of vitamin C and naming tricks that sound advanced, and others will use function, cofactors, absorption, and actually work in the body. So how do you determine the difference? One is going to sound really impressive because the marketing, they literally spend more money on marketing than creating the formulation. It's ridiculous. So this is the 22 forms formula that I was listing about. So the product lists vitamin C at 1,500 milligrams per serving. Primarily, it is just ascorbic acid, which is a synthetic form of vitamin C. It's not a whole form, and it's buffered with a bunch of different multiple mineral ascorbates. So what they've done is they've taken this synthetic form of vitamin C and attached it to a bunch of different minerals, calling it a different form of vitamin C. It's not. So the key thing that people don't understand is that vitamin C as ascorbate is just bound to a mineral like calcium, magnesium, zinc, potassium, and that vitamin C molecule doesn't change. It's the same synthetic isolated vitamin C attached to different minerals. So it makes it sound like you're getting all these multiple variety of vitamins, which seems like it would be better for you, but it's not. It's the same vitamin riding different minerals. That's it. Okay. So here's the formula that I love has 300 milligrams of vitamin C coming from acerola cherry. That alone. So it's a whole food source. The difference is when you have a whole food source vitamin C, it's coming packaged with bioflavonoids, enzymes, polyphenols, synergistic cofactors necessary in order to be able to absorb it. So these aren't just add-ons, they're actually helping the body recognize, absorb, and retain the vitamin C. If you just flood your body with ascorbic acid, you literally just pee it out. It is not something your body's using, retaining, or going to help you any better. So when you're taking a vitamin C thinking like, oh, I'm going to help my immune system, know that anything over 500 milligrams is not being absorbed by your body because the body also has only has the ability to absorb between 2 to 500 milligrams, depending on whose body we're talking about, 2 to 500 milligrams at a time at max, which is why I recommend having a stronger formula that's more bioavailable, that is actually dosed appropriately, that you could take throughout the day without any waste. So, my vitamin C that I choose has 300 milligrams, which is the perfect dosage for getting that 100% absorption and then taking it throughout the day when needed. So if you're working on building your immune system or you're fighting something off, this is why if you've asked me before and I've told you take this vitamin C, take it every 2 to 3 hours, because if you go ahead and pop 10,000 milligrams at a time, your body's literally wasting it all out. You just threw money down the toilet, quite literally. So I'm going to talk about the minerals versus the purpose of the minerals. So those forms, those 22 forms in the formula, they exist because they bind ascorbic acid and buffer the acidity of it to reduce because ascorbic acid alone can be harsh on the stomach, we'll just say. It can cause a lot of like bloating and all kinds of problems for people. And so what they do is they buffer it with a mineral to reduce the acidity of it because again, this isn't coming from a whole food. This is a isolated vitamin C molecule grown in a lab synthetically on most formulas GMO corn. So that when they're counted as vitamin C forms, when they're attached to different minerals, nutritionally speaking, they're not even solving any mineral deficiencies because the amount of mineral on that ascorbic acid molecule is micro. Like it's so little. It's not even helping you with your mineral deficiencies. That's just chemistry. It's not nutrition. It's just mixing a bunch of chemical minerals and the vitamin C together and then throwing it all in a formula. It's not a well thought out product. It's just all for marketing. So they can say that there's 22 forms of vitamin C, but there really isn't 22 forms of vitamin C. Throwing a different mineral binder on it doesn't change the form of vitamin C it is. So in my formula, the difference is that there's actually zinc in there. There's a zinc not buffered against ascorbic acid. It's a zinc that's included as zinc biglycinate, which is a chelated form of zinc, and it's actually at a meaningful dose. So what that does for the body is zinc plays the role in immune signaling, in cellular repair, gut lining integrity, and viral defense. So zinc is a really important piece of the formula. So it's included intentionally, not just for marketing. So there's that. Now let's talk about the cofactors. So the 22 form formula, it relies heavily on the dose alone, the ascorbic acid dose being 1,500 milligrams. So you might think that that's going to equal better results, but it doesn't because again, that high dose isolated vitamin C without the cofactors. So when you have an isolated ascorbic acid or ascorbate formula, what you're doing is it just doesn't have the cofactors needed for the absorption and the bioavailability in the body. So having that high dose of vitamin C without the cofactors is going to be poor retention in the body. It could create digestive upset. In some people, it will even create an oxidative imbalance, which is going to increase the free radicals in your body. So it actually does the opposite of what you're looking for it to do. So, what does mine include on top of having the vitamin C formula coming straight from the acerola cherry? Is it's also got citrus bioflavonoids, elderberry, blackcurrant. It's got digestive enzymes to help your body digest everything. It's got D-ribose for cellular energy. It supports absorption, immune communication, inflammatory balance, and mitochondrial function. So this is systems biology. It is not just supplementation theater, which is what I see so many companies doing with their formulations. So again, the large dose may look impressive, but the excess vitamin C is just excreted through your body. And without the cofactors, the higher doses will not fix your immune dysfunction. It will just stress your system more and cause more harm than good. And what happens with the ascorbic acid, if you don't have the bioflavonoids in there to help with the absorption, what happens is it actually sits in your liver and can cause liver problems. It stresses your liver even more. Your liver is a very important organ that you don't want to put extra stress on. So a lower dose with the cofactors that absorbs better, retains longer, creates less oxidative stress, works with the immune system is why I choose the one I choose. So if you want more information on the vitamin C that maybe you're using, if you want me to look into that, or maybe you just want to pick up the one that I'm using, I can help you get your hands on it so you can start helping your family's immune system through this season of sickness, because we know that a lot of people need that extra immune support, and you think that you're doing the right things with the immune supports you're buying on the market, but you're not, because it's not giving you the right forms, and the form in the dosage matters, and all of the cofactors in there matter. So that is what I have for you today. So if you need help understanding any other supplements that you're taking, my inbox is always open. I love to have the conversation. So Happy New Year. This is my number one live for 2026.